woman is behind bars after a 3-year-old son accidentally shot himself in the head. At 6:15 p.m. on Wednesday the 7th of July, authorities arrived at St. Vincent's Hospital in Ascension Street in Indianapolis, Indiana in reference to the shooting. The child's mother, Portia Walker, told police she found a handgun in the box in her backyard at 833 Independence Avenue in Evansville, Indiana. She said she brought the box into the house, took the gun out, and put it back into the unlocked box. She said while she attended to other children in the home, she said a 3-year-old son got hold of the gun and shot himself in the head. She said she didn't call 911, but instead called family members who came over and took the child to hospital. The boy is expected to survive. Portia consented to having police search her home for the gun, and while at the house, officers found 290 grams of meth in bags placed in children's clothing in the bedroom closet. In addition, 2 digital scales and 2 bags of marijuana were found in a pack and play in the master bedroom. A handgun was located on top of a kitchen cabinet and was found to have been reported stolen in March. Portia denied knowing anything about the drugs found in her home. Her 3 children were placed with the Department of Child Services. Portia is charged with negligence of a dependent, meth dealing and theft of a firearm. She remains held at the Vanderburgh County Jail. A funeral homeowner is behind bars after allegedly fatally shooting a 30-year-old man and wounding a woman at a young girl's funeral. At 1:20 p.m. on Tuesday the 6th of June, authorities responded to reports of shots fired at the Washington National Cemetery, located at 4101 Suitland Road in Suitland, Maryland. When officers arrived, they found Ronald Stephen Banks injured from a gunshot wound and another victim with a graze wound. Medics transported Ronald to a nearby hospital, where he died shortly thereafter. During the investigation, detectives learnt that 48-year-old Wilson Chavis owns and operates a funeral service on Suitland Road. He allegedly confronted 2 other people affiliated with another funeral company, with which Wilson has a long-standing business dispute, just as a burial service was preparing to get underway. Several funeral attendees became upset with Wilson and confronted him over his behaviour when Wilson fired 2 shots. Wilson fled the scene in his vehicle following the shooting, and minutes later police pulled him over and he was arrested. Robert attended the funeral as a pallbearer in honour of 10-year-old Ariana Davis, who was shot in the family car on the 14th of May along the 3700 block of Hayes Street northeast in Washington, D.C., while heading home after celebrating Mother's Day. She died 3 days later. Metropolitan D.C. Police are offering a $45,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and conviction of the suspect or suspects. Wilson is charged with murder, attempted murder and other related charges. Ariana's mother Antoinette Belk said, "I'm so traumatized what's happened at my daughter's burial site. I didn't even get to lay her down, even put her in the ground. And another incident happened. This is so traumatizing to me. My children, my whole family. It's trauma after trauma," she said. A man and his 2 sons have been arrested on murder charges in connection to a fatal shooting incident this week. 53-year-old Raul Orozco, 28-year-old Jose Orozco, and 21-year-old Christian Orozco are accused in a roadway confrontation that resulted in the death of 32-year-old Marcus Fino Jr. The shooting occurred just before 6 p.m. on Tuesday the 6th of June, along the 5900 block of Donovan Drive, near Montoya Road in El Paso, Texas. Raul was driving a truck and started following Marcus, who was driving a Chrysler 300. Marcus had 3 passengers in his car, which included his 10-year-old son, who was in the back seat. Raul told investigators he saw the Chrysler 300 pass his home several times earlier that day, and believed the vehicle may have been the same one that crashed into his mailbox a month earlier. He said he started following the Chrysler from his home into Donovan Drive when he tried to get the license plates. During the chase, Raul called his sons for help. The 2 sons maneuvered their vehicle in front of Marcus's car, blocking him in, while Raul hit Marcus's car from behind with his truck and blocked him in from behind. An argument erupted in the street which turned into a fight between the brothers and Marcos and a man who was a passenger in Marcus's car. During the fight, Marcus tried to take Jose's gun from him. When they wrestled for it, Jose shot Marcus after he regained control of the gun. Raul and his sons then left the scene and called police from a different location. A male passenger in Marcus's car flagged down a police car along the 6100 block of Donovan Drive near Arcraft Road. Marcus was rushed to the University Medical Center, but succumbed to his injuries. Jose was jailed under a $1 million bond, while Raul and Christian were each jailed on a $500,000 bond at the El Paso County Detention Center.